Hi, I'm Dave Adams once again with Operation Eagle's Wings, and on the phone with us is Dick Tobiason. And Dick and a band of brothers are going to be going to Washington, D.C. It's honor flight, and you're going to be taking off Wednesday, correct? Tell us about the trip, Dick.
Sure. We're gathering in Portland tomorrow night at the Shiloh Inns to meet all the veterans because they're from all over Oregon. We're taking, this is an honor flight program, and we're taking World War II veterans from the Portland area and Eastern Oregon, 47 veterans and 35 guardians and trip leaders to assist them. My son Eric and I will lead the trip. We're departing on 2 Southwest Airlines flights Thursday morning, 45 minutes apart, and we'll gather everybody together in Washington, D.C. Thursday night. And then we'll spend 2 full days in Washington visiting. First thing Friday morning, we're going up to the Capitol area to have breakfast with Representative Greg Walden and Senator Wyden. And then we will tour the U.S. Capitol after that for about an hour and a half, and then we will go down to the World War II Memorial, which was within sight of the Capitol, and visit that for 2.5 hours. We'll have lunch there, and we'll have a memorial service for the nation's 16 million veterans who served and the 8 who died in Oregon waiting to go with us on this trip. Then we will visit the Navy Memorial because we have 11 Navy veterans on our trip, and then we'll go back to the hotel and have dinner. And at the memorial, we'll pass out flags that have been flown over the U.S. Capitol, congressional records that make these World War II veterans by name permanent part of American history.
How many honor flights have come from Central Oregon to Washington, D.C.?
How many flights have gone?
Yes.
Well, from Central Oregon, we're the only hub that does that, so this will be our 3rd trip.
So this is your 3rd trip?
This is our 2nd trip this year. We had a trip last October, and actually this week is our 3rd and 4th because we're taking 2 separate trips, just happen to be on the same day back-to-back. And then we'll take a 5th trip in October 12th through the 16th. We'll be taking another group from Eastern Oregon and Portland. That'll be a mixed flight, one trip, and that'll have 23 World War II veterans on it.
Time is critical to get these World War II veterans back.
Good question. 16 million veterans served during World War II, and of course that ended a long time ago, and of the 16 million who served, 15.7 lived through the war, 400,000 were killed. Since the end of the war, 66 years ago, 90% of those who survived are gone. They're dead. So we're down to the last 10%, about not even 2 million left from World War II, a little over 10%. And we're losing them at 1,200 a day, so it's 400,000 a year. Do the math. That says you only have 3 or 4 years left to do this. But in Oregon, we lose. Oregon had 147,000 who served, 3,700 died, and there are 30,000 living in Oregon today, and we're only going to be able to get altogether in Oregon probably a little over 300 of them. We'll only get 1% of them.
How many more honored flight trips are you planning from Oregon to Washington, D.C.? I know you're planning another one in May, another in October, another one in May.
We're going to plan probably at least 2 trips next year, but it all depends on if we can raise money. Right after this October trip, we're essentially broke. We'll have raised probably $60,000 to take a little over 110 veterans in the last 13 months. But after that, we're without funds, so our winter is going to be spent raising funds. And once we know we have money, then we'll schedule trips in May. We can't travel before May because of temperatures in Washington.
Understand.
And we don't travel in June, July, and August for the same reason. Temperature's too high, and then we'll go back in September. But we have about 50 on our waiting list between the Portland hub and Eastern Oregon hub.
How much money does a trip cost?
Well, a trip, it depends on 2 things. Southwest Airlines gave us 100 seats for World War II veterans round-trip free. And as long as we get those, we can figure on a trip costing us about $11,000 to take 25 veterans. The guardians who go with them pay. They pay us a little over about $1,100 to pay all their expenses. But, of course, the veterans don't pay a penny, and that's why we have to raise about $11,000 to take a flight. And so we plan on 25 veterans at a time, because we get 25 free seats from Southwest Airlines, but that may not continue next year. The arrangement with Southwest and Honor Flight, expires next April, and it's up to whether or not Southwest Airlines will renew the relationship. So if we don't get free seats, then the trip costs go up by another $11,000 because the Southwest is essentially subsidizing half our flight.
Where can people go on the internet to find out more and to donate?
Well, they can donate to our particular hub here that covers Eastern Oregon, where you might say we have close to 50 veterans waiting between our two hubs. We're the only nonprofit organization in the United States that operates two hubs simultaneously, and we do that because we couldn't get anybody in Portland to take 77 veterans who are waiting, so we're taking the first 25 this week and next month. So our website is www.honorflightofeasternoregon.org, and there's a great video there that explains the trip and the costs, and there's a way to donate there through PayPal.
And you're leaving what time and when and from where?
We're leaving what time and where? From where?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving Thursday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning on one flight, and almost 8 o'clock in the morning on the second flight this Thursday, and we come back Sunday afternoon and Sunday night in two flights.
And you'll be leaving from Redmond or Portland?
No, we leave from Portland. Southwest flies from Portland, yeah.
And how many? Give me the number one more time that people are leaving from Portland.
Yeah, we have two flights there. The first flight, I'm leading the first flight, that has 24 veterans and 17 guardians, and our son Eric is leading the second flight with 23 World War II veterans and 18 guardians.
Okay, I'll edit this. Okay. Dick Tobiason, thank you for all you do for veterans.
You're very welcome. It's got to be done.
There you go. I'm Dave Adams, Operation Eagle's Wings, honoring all who serve and leaving no one behind.